All right, let's talk about something that drives a lot of people crazy when it comes to South Africa's broad-based Black Economic Empowerment, or BBBE, scorecard. It's this paradox where you can have a fantastic score on paper, but end up with a really disappointing final level. So how on earth does that happen? Let's break it down.
So picture this. Your team has been working their tails off all year. The verification audit comes back, and you've scored a solid 85 points. Now, according to the table, that should make you a level 4 contributor, right? But then the certificate shows up, and it says level 5. What gives? It's a super common problem, and the answer is a sneaky little vulnerability hidden deep inside the rules of the game.
Okay, so to get to the bottom of this mystery, we've got to rewind a bit and look at how a BBBE score is actually put together. See, it's not just one big number. It's a total that's calculated from 5 very different pillars of transformation. And each of these pillars has a different weight. You can see enterprise and supplier development, or ESD, is the heaviest hitter, followed by ownership and skills development. In theory, you just collect points from across these different areas, and your total score gives you your level. Seems pretty straightforward, right? Well, this is exactly where things start to get a little tricky. So here's the thing. The whole framework was designed with a really clever twist. It's there to stop companies from doing what's called point shopping. Just picking off the easiest and cheapest points while totally ignoring the tougher, more meaningful areas of transformation. You see, the government basically said, hold on, there are some parts of this that are so important for real economic change, you can't just skip over them. So they attached some very specific, non-negotiable rules to them, and in doing so, they turned them into high-stakes hurdles you just have to clear.
And that, right there, brings us to the heart of the matter, the 3 priority elements. The government has essentially flagged ownership, skills development, and enterprise and supplier development as absolutely non-negotiable. You simply can't get a good BBBE level if you don't take each and every one of these seriously.
So what happens if your company aces everything else, but kind of drops the ball on just one of these priority pillars? Well, this is where we finally get the answer to our big mystery. Okay, so here's the rule, plain and simple. For each of those 3 priority elements, your company has to hit a sub-minimum target, and that target is 40% of the total points available for that specific element. You can almost think of it as a hidden pass-fail test inside the main exam. And what if you fail that test? That's when the discounting principle gets triggered. And this thing is a penalty clause, and it is harsh. It doesn't matter what your amazing total score is. If you fail to hit that 40% mark on even one of those priority elements, your final BBE level automatically drops by 1. No questions asked. So let's circle back to that first scenario, right? Your company scores a great 85 points, which should put you squarely in the level 4 bracket. But when we look closer, you only managed to get 7 points in skills development. The sub-minimum target, 40% of 20, is 8 points. And just because you missed that target by a single point, the discounting principle kicks in, and your hard-earned level 4 is gone. It becomes a level 5.
All right, so now we know how this trap works. The big question is, how do you avoid it? How do you make sure your BBE level is safe from this automatic penalty?
The answer, especially for the skills development pillar, starts with something that sounds kind of boring but is absolutely critical: administrative compliance. It all begins with your Sector Education and Training Authority, or SETA. And trust me, this isn't just paperwork, it's the only way to score any points in this vital area. And that leads us to what I call the golden key. If you don't submit your annual Workplace Skills Plan, the WSP, and your annual training report, the ATR, to your SETA on time, then every single cent you spend on training is basically worthless for BBBE. You literally cannot claim one of the 20 points, which means you are guaranteed to fail the sub-minimum and get hit with that 1 level drop.
Just look at this. It's like a tale of 2 companies. Compliant Co. gets their submission in by the April 30th deadline. Boom, they're now eligible to score points and protect their level. But non-compliant Co. misses that deadline. The result is instant and severe. They get a big fat 0 for the entire element and are guaranteed to be dropped a level, no matter how high their total score is.
In fact, this one single administrative slip-up triggers what's known as triple jeopardy. First, you lose money, forfeiting the 20% mandatory grant you get back from your SETA. Second, you score 0 on your BBBE scorecard for skills development. And third, that 0 score automatically triggers the discounting principle, dropping your final level. It's just a cascade of pain from one missed deadline. So here's the big takeaway, the thing you really need to remember. A high BBE score can be a total illusion. Your final level isn't about the total number. It's about having a balanced performance across all the key pillars, especially those non-negotiable priority elements.
And that really leaves us with one final and I think really important question to ask yourself. That annual SETA submission is not just another HR task. It's not just more paperwork. It is a massive strategic risk that can absolutely make or break your entire BBBFE effort for the whole year. So, is your business really treating it with the high-stakes attention it deserves?
Do not forget to like and subscribe for more videos like this.